Hey, what's up, guys? So, a common question that some people have is how much does it cost to get a survey? What kind of survey do you typically need? Where to find the survey companies? Who's the best survey company around? Things like that. So, in doing real estate here in Florida for a while, I've ordered a lot of surveys. Generally speaking, if you're going to be in a busy city would be like Miami, Orlando, Tampa. You're going to be paying anywhere for a typical boundary on a typical residential home. We're not talking about like huge acreages. We're talking about, your average everyday home lot. 10,000 square foot, 4,500 square foot, 6,000 square foot lots. Your basic standard home. You're going to be paying anywhere between 400 to 6 something. Is going to be a good price, at least for me. That's what I would consider a good price. Now, if you are going to be in anywhere that is more rural, like Ocala, anywhere out a little bit far, or anywhere where the population size is a little bit slower or where the market is a little bit slower, you're going to get people who are going to charge you anywhere from $750 up to $1,000, $1,500 for a survey. The other thing to also keep in mind is if you are in anywhere that is more rural, and whether you're an investor, a flipper, developer, you're just buying a house for the first time, you want to get a survey on it, you're buying a piece of land, you're trying to get a survey on it, it is typically you're gonna typically see surveys take a long time to get to you, probably 4 to 5 weeks. Even at the $750 price points, they're gonna charge you that, and they're gonna do like it's gonna take like a few weeks before they can come out to you. That is something to keep in mind when going through the contracting process. That's why, especially like for raw land, you always want to have like 60 days of due diligence minimum, because it's going to take time for you to get like a soil test to come out there and check for if it to do a perk test, right? That's going to take a little while. If you want to do a soil test for like foundations or whatever, that's going to take a little while to get the engineer or the soil testing companies out there to do it. It's going to take a little while for you to get the survey companies to come out there and survey the property. In a bit major city like Miami and places like that, I can just call, and usually I can get that done the same week. Usually probably 2 weeks, max. But they're pretty fast because they know that there's a lot of competition, and their prices are going to be a little bit more reasonable, because they know that if you're in Miami and a survey company tells you it's going to be a month, like just call the next person, bro. There's somebody out there that'll take your money. That's just, I'll do that junk this afternoon. Well, where you at? $600 right now. We go take care of it, But out in these other areas, one, it's going to be hard for you to find survey companies that service certain parts where there's not a lot of stuff going on, not a lot of homes being built. You're going to probably have like 1 or 2 survey companies. So it's going to be harder, and then they're going to be more expensive, and they're going to take longer to get out to you. A lot of these survey companies are run by mom and pop shops, so the processes and systems are not going to always be there. You're going to probably have to go fill out something on their website. Then they'll get back to you like in a day or two, and then they'll schedule it. They'll want to probably get paid up front, or if it's part of a purchasing process, they'll attach it to, they'll ask for the title information and get it through title. Get paid out through title or whatever, right? So those are all things to be mindful of. So it's gonna be hard if you're like trying to do it in 30 days and you got to get a survey, and you're out you're out somewhere that's more rural, then plan for it to take a little while. Plan for it to be a little bit more expensive than if you're in a city area when it comes to surveys, especially here in Florida. The other thing you can do too is if you're using a title company that's within the same city or county, ask them, ask the title company, hey, who you guys use for survey, or can you guys order a survey for me? The reason I say that is because they typically have relationships with the survey people. They know who to use, they know who's good, and that survey company will move things a little bit faster for them because they're probably a regular client. So they serve each other. Honestly, I don't see why there won't be a great private equity play with survey companies, because a lot of them are just mom and pop operations. They're going to have manpower issues, obviously. They're not going to have a lot of staff. Some of them have more staff than others, but then you have to justify that with the volume of business. But everyone needs surveys, like for everything, for real estate. You always need surveys. Some people use them for construction purposes, and you use it so much that you're just going to have an in-house survey guy. But if you're just doing transactional real estate and you're looking for a survey company, that would be my suggestion. Obviously, Google and all those things like that, looking for reviews. But just keep in mind that it will take some time. In Central Florida area, I've used Ireland surveys. They're pretty good. You can look up Ireland. In Marion County, there's pretty much like only two, and I've used one of them. I can't remember their name on top of my head, but one of the companies that I was going to go to first came highly recommended, whatever the case may be, but and their price was a little bit cheaper, but they weren't able to get out to me for a little while. They told me like 6 weeks or something like that, like it was going to be in August, and I have a contract to close on a piece of land by the 31st. I put 30 days on there, so I made that mistake. I usually do 60, but I was like, this should be fine, I'll just put 30. But never do that fast. Do always 60, because you can't control title. I already knew who the title I was going to use, and they're pretty quick. Title search came back super quick. It's the other stuff, the due diligence. You want to make sure you can do what you want to do with it. Checking those soil tests, getting that survey, and it's all going to take time, and you don't have control over the schedule of the survey company or whatever that's doing it. But excuse me, I got quoted like $1,000 by one survey company. They just sent me like an invoice. I thought that was way overpriced, and it felt unprofessional the way they kind of like sent it out. Then I checked two other places, and one quoted me like $650. This was in Ocala, and another one quoted me $750 with a slightly less time. And when I did a survey, I was looking for doing a survey in Pensacola area. One company quoted, and this is for like a little small house. I think the lot was like 8,000 square feet. I got like a couple of quotes. Most of them were, I got one that was almost like 1,400. One that's like 9 something, 8 something, and then the cheapest one was like 660, and he was able to come out there in 2 weeks. So yeah.